The story for today comes from the Reddit user SatPart6511. I heard footsteps in my room in the middle of the night. I don't know if this is the right community where I can tell the story, but I honestly want to take this off my chest and see if anyone else has experienced similar paranormal activity. My English is not the best, so I'll try to explain this as best as possible. The situation, if I may call it that, started when I was in 7th grade. Sunday, rainy night. I was watching a horror movie when my mom came in the living room and scolded me on how I wasn't asleep, even though it was already 11 p.m. Dissatisfied, I got up and went to my room. For the context, my room didn't have any light bulbs, so as you can imagine, it was pretty dark in it, which led to always having to use my phone's light. The light wasn't the only problem though, it was one of the coldest rooms in the house too. There were just 3 people, me, my brother who was 7 at the time, and my mom living there, because my father was working overseas and my sister was gone to visit my aunt, so I had to sleep alone, because me and my sister shared that room, but because she was gone to my aunt's, she wasn't there. I went to my room. The bed was ice cold as always. At first, I couldn't fall asleep, so I laid there motionless. I was thinking about different things, one of them being on how I didn't want to open my eyes, fearing that if I opened them I could have seen something that I shouldn't. While I was saying my prayer, which I always do before I fall asleep, I heard something outside my room. My mom always told me that I should keep the door of my room open so if I need something and call her, she would have always been able to hear it easier. So hearing something outside my room was rather easy. Someone was opening the cabinets and looking in some little boxes, so at least was what I thought at the time. It felt like a mouse just fell in some little box and was trying to get out of it, which I tried to convince myself must have been the case. I mean, living in a village, mice are a pretty big problem. But this feeling of somebody's presence outside my room standing there just by the doorway was bothering me and scaring the shit out of me, if I'm being honest. I wasn't going to open my eyes and refuse to even move a single muscle, pretending to be asleep. The thing, if I may call it that, came into my room, and I knew this definitely wasn't my mom, just by the sound of their breathing and footsteps. I was scared shitless, and I started to do what really seemed logical to me. Started to pray. The loud sound of thunder outside wasn't making the situation better. The thing came near my bed and stopped there, which I knew by their footsteps. It stood there for at least 10 seconds, when it started to move again, and now the sound of its footsteps starting to grow more distant. So I assumed they were going away. I let out a silent breath which I was holding without even realizing. At that moment, the thing stopped moving and it came back. This time though, it wasn't standing near my bed, it was walking in circles in my bedroom. I started praying again, hoping that God would save me from something that I wasn't supposed to see. My brain warning me not to even dare to open my eyes, but my curiosity killing me with the interest of what was in my bedroom. I did not open my eyes though. I was praying. This was like the 4th time of repeating the same prayer when the thing that was silently walking started to now run in circles. This got me thinking of why my mom couldn't hear anything. It started raining. I prayed for the 7th time already, and it was by my 8th time when I heard the thing. It stopped completely, as if to fool me into thinking it was gone and I would open my eyes, which I didn't. Rather, I finished my prayer. After that, I heard a loud sound of thunder. And the thing dashed out of my room.
Holy shit. was loud. I need to go now.
I heard the dishes break and our main door being open.
Sorry about the dishes.
In the end, I did open my eyes and look around. There was nothing. I was too scared to get up and check if the dishes were broken or my door was open. I simply turned around and thanked God that I was still alive. I don't know how I fell asleep afterwards. The next day, when I awoke before my mom and directly went to see if the dishes or anything was broken. There wasn't. But our main door was wide open, which did prove that there was something definitely there in my room that day. This wasn't the first time I've experienced something paranormal. Even before this, I believed that our house was cursed in some way, and I think this was proved by other things that I experienced while I was living there. Maybe in another story, I'll tell you all about it. The end. This has been Gray Stories. I hope you liked them. Good night.